EA Sports is proud to present PGA Tour coverage. Welcome to the home of the Wells Fargo Championship, where the likes of Rory McIlroy, Ricky Fowler, and long-hitting J.B. Holmes have all won. It was first opened for play in 1961. It has really grown. Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. Let's jump down to the golf course. Just 418 yards to kick off this Wells Fargo Championship. Frank, what's the right way to get at this hole?
Nice little straight one down there. Even an iron's actually all right here, Rich. Don't have to be overly aggressive and blaze away with a driver, but iron 3-wood, that's the norm for most players.
He has given this one a full treatment. Perfect release through the ball, and this shot is on the fairway over 300 yards.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot,
That is a green in regulation as the approach shot hits the first green, but he is by no means in for par yet. A lengthy putt coming up.
That was not a very good read right there.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
Hard-fought par right there. Frank, a nice mix of opening holes here at Quail Hollow in the Wells Fargo Championship. Pretty short par 3 here at the second.
180-yard shot. We'll play more like 175 for the half a club downhill. There's much more green on that right side. If you're not too sure what club to hit, then you should stay away from that left side.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Outside chance really for birdie, but really it was a rather poor approach shot. Can't birdie them all, Rich.
12 feet still to go. Good room par 4, 452 yards. The third hole. It's a good challenge, Frank.
It is. Big sweeping dogleg left. Actually in a straight line. It's 315, 320 yards to run out. So if you hit the ball further than that, it's going to have to draw. Otherwise, you'll be hitting in the rough on the other side. Still a lengthy shot under there on a green that actually has 3 different levels. Where this ball's going, there's no fairway there, only rough.
He'll need to be strong with this. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now we'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here. Well, from in trouble, Rich, at least he's back in play.
On the fairway from the rough. So, Frank, on this approach shot, really all you can do is try to salvage a bogey.
Yeah, just too many mistakes in the compiling. So if you can get out here with a bogey, in some respects, that's a result.
Shouldn't be a problem here. Hit it.
Even par currently.
Frank, that is absolutely demoralizing. A big number, a double bogey at this stage of the tournament. We have already begun. Let's pick up with the action at hole number 4. Playing very poorly early in the second round, Frank. What can a player do to turn it around?
completely forget what they've been doing, that's for sure. There's a lot of bad golf. That scorecard is a reflection of exactly what's been happening. So somehow there's going to have to be a change. There's going to have to be a change right now. Rhythm, fairways, greens. Give yourself opportunities.
Frank, we remember what Rory McIlroy did here in 2010, his first PGA Tour victory, a 62 in the final round. It was also the first victory for Ricky Fowler.
Yeah, and oddly enough, it was in a playoff. And in that playoff, Ricky just pulled out a driver and smashed it down and then hit a sand iron, that front left flag. Basically the gimme distance. Not only did he win in the playoff, but he beat Rory McIlroy, the then world #1 in DA points. And that was the same Ricky Fowler that, remember, in the playoff in 2015 for the Players' Championship, drove the ball in equally daunting fashion over those 3 playoff holes at TPC Sawgrass.
Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. You've let one go. You've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in. And that par certainly won't hurt the cause.
There's still some time.
Frank, in today's modern game where players are hitting it so far, I always feel like one of the more exciting holes is a reachable par 5. And here we are at the 5th, 570 yards.
Yeah, this is reachable providing you hit a good drive. Otherwise, it becomes very awkward on the layup. You're sort of often threading the ball out of trees and just trying to find some sort of third shot. So to your point, big advantage with a good tee shot here.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Well, this one is offline just a bit. Look out. And that one is going to end up in the rough.
Frank, better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that looked like it was heading to that pit stuff the whole way. But a little fortunate. But then I guess you're allowed that in this game.
Great effort right there, and a great chance to knock in that short putt.
Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Setting himself up for a good weekend. Every golf instructor makes his birdie.
Now set to tee off at the 6th. It is a long par 3, 250 yards.
We could take a little bit off for the downhill, but whichever way you look at it, it's still going to be a beefy par 3. Protected on the left by that front bunker, and if you sort of scoot one long, there's another bunker over there as well.
Not quite what he was hoping for. The tee shot in the bunker. Great knees, great hands in this shot.
Yeah, touch. You have to have that feel. You have something between the ball and the club face, so it's a different feel, but you also have to have imagination. Another good swing, another good approach shot.
Got it for par.
Well, Frank, an eagle is in play here at the par 5 7th.
And a 6, and a 7, and an 8, or a 9, actually. This is a potential scorecard record, the 7th hole. Many a tee shot has found that creek on the right, trees, problems on the left. There's no question there's a reward for a good tee shot here. Then there's the decision on do you go for this par 5 and 2. It's not overly long, just over 530 yards. It is very tempting. misses it right at it.
Couldn't have done much better than that. Eagle is very possible.
Didn't fare too well in this hole yesterday. With a bogey.
Wow. Frank, I love a drivable par 4. In the modern power game, it really adds an element of excitement. And here we go at the 350-yard par 4-8.
Well, you're definitely going to love this one then, Rich, because it ticks all the boxes here. There's no water in play, just a few bunkers down the left and one that protects the right side of the green. And you've got a really narrow green, so plenty of reward with minimal risk.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
What a nice shot.
Right on the green and a pretty easy putt on the way. Not a gimme, but well within his range. So the dominant performance continues.
Well, we're watching two tournaments right now, the one at the top and the rest.
Here we are at the 9th hole at Quail Hollow, 495-yard par 4. Frank, it is the longest par 4 on the golf course. Is it, in your estimation, the toughest?
I think the green stops it from being the toughest, Rich, because it does kick in from either side. But when you see holes like this, there's no surprise why the Rory McIlroys and the Ricky Fowlers have won around here. This is just a great driving par 4. This looks like it's heading for the bunker. Rub the shamrock. Got away with getting in the bunker there.
Now this for birdie. Came away with par in the previous round.
Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Good putt.
Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Up for the big boys now, Frank.
You saw that previous tee shot go 3-10. This one's further.
Going with a lob wedge here.
On the green, short, but plenty of real estate between the ball and the hole. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
That was not a very good read right there. Birdie here yesterday. This putt again for birdie. Racking them and stacking them. That's 12 under par now for the tournament.
Frank, on this backside at Quail Hollow, a player does have a good chance to get off to a good start with that par 5 10th and now a relatively short par 4 11th, where a player with a good drive could stick a short iron in their hands.
Yeah, this is one you're going to have to make a decision. You can just play this as a straightforward dogleg left par 4 and hit a 3-wood or a long iron up there and 9-iron or something like that into the green. Or, if you want to, you can try and blast a drive around the corner. I don't know if that's the more prudent play, but it's fun.
No fairway here. This one in that rough. Frank, this ball's in the rough. You like to hinge just a little bit quicker on the takeaway when the ball is down like this?
No, when it's down, you've just got to make sure that you wind up almost like you're hitting a tee shot. This is not one to be dallied with. You've got to hit it powerfully, and you really have to focus on that club getting through the grass, past the ball, and out the other side.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
He's made the green. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Has his par. Here we are now at the 12th, and Frank, this is a beautiful but dangerous hole, par 4.
It is in a number of ways. The hole bends gently to the right, which you'd think would favor a nice little fade, but the fairway just seems to shrink up. I've seen this fairway missed by so many good players. And plus its yardage, 450 odd. You can't really lay back too far, otherwise you've got too long for your second shot.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Can't hide the flagstick from that man. He's putting for birdie now. That's how you keep a round going, making from that distance. Now to the par 3, 13th hole. Frank, this one 210 yards.
Very, very good par 3. This is actually a big green. It's 37 yards deep, but it actually plays small. There's a front right portion, there's a roll-off area in the middle, and there's a roll-off area in the back. So don't be deceived by the size of this green. You better be pitching that tee shot right bang in the middle. No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
So just a formality. That's a bogey, but still in the lead.
We start to see shots in hand really valuable.
Wow, Frank, this is a really good little par 4, isn't it, the 14th?
It is, and this is where one of those strong 3-woods comes in. The last 50 or 60 yards, the ball kicks down and towards the left, and it sounds like an aggressive play, but like a hard 3-wood trying to run it down is actually not a bad play.
Is it drivable?
It is drivable, but it's whether it's worth the risk.
Frank, it's not about getting the ball close to the hole. From that spot,
well, he had no chance to get it close. I thought he had very, very, very little chance of getting it on the green. So given that, that was a very good shot.
Frank, he took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
Now as we arrive at the par 5 15th hole here at Quail Hollow, 577 yards, Frank, I think a player has to be thinking about doing what Rory McIlroy did in 2010.
It's the last of the holes that you can really be aggressive on, Rich. So a good drive down here. I'm well aware of the fact that there's water on the left. This is a good chance to make something happen before you play the green mile.
And that's what McIlroy did. Hit a tracer, then a 5-iron, knocked it in for eagle, shot 62, and won for the first time on the PGA Tour. Good-looking shot right here.
Put a birdie on the card here yesterday, don't forget. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall.
At last, we have arrived at the start of one of the most daunting finishing stretches in all of golf. They call it the Green Mile, 16, 17, and 18 here at Quail Hollow. The 16th is a par 4, 508 yards from it.
And this hole was made even more difficult when they pushed that green further left to bring the water more in play with the second shot. I mean, it's a great par 4, strong in every single department.
Good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. At about 9 feet here to the hole. he amazed. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been.
Just 2 holes remaining here at Quail Hollow in Charlotte, North Carolina. This is the signature par 3, 221 yards, the 17th.
And they have a multitude of tees here. One of the new back tees is actually where the old 16th green was. And if you think don't go left is the way to play, then that won't work either, because right's not that much good. This is it. Stand on the tee, and you better hit a good shot.
That is how it's done right there. What an approach shot. He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday, and he'll do it again today.
Great tee.
Beautiful.
Here we are, the 18th hole at Quail Hollow. Simply put, Frank, the player needs to hit maybe his best tee shot of the day.
I would agree with you, Rich. If you were to measure this hole from trees on the left to trees on the right, it's actually a really wide fairway, expansive land. But that creek that just meanders its way through the middle of this hole completely changes the nature of this hole. And consequently, you get the nail on the head. If you don't hit a good tee shot, you will rack up something here. And I've got no idea how big it will be.
Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. Birdie putt coming up. A par on this hole yesterday.
Oh, I thought he had that. Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. You've let one go. You've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in. Well, Rich, 2 rounds in the books, and it's easy to see why the leaders are on top of that leaderboard.
Excellent performance, but still a long ways to go in this tournament. This is EA Sports PGA Tour coverage coming your way. And we welcome you to one of the most popular golf courses on the PGA Tour. It is Quail Hollow in Charlotte, North Carolina. And Frank, it is just starting to heat up out on the golf course. Fans are streaming in, anticipating a highly contested event with the best golfers in the world.
One reason the fans love this course so much, Rich, the green mile. It's fine to have a good golf course, but it's got to have a great finish. It's got a great finish, then it becomes a great golf course. Quail Hollow has that great finish of 16, 17, and 18.
Well, he's on the green, but still plenty of work left. About a 25-footer coming up. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. In the words of the legendary basketball announcer Marv Albert, from way downtown, yes.
Frank, a nice mix of opening holes here at Quail Hollow in the Wells Fargo Championship. Pretty short par 3 here at the second.
180-yard shot. Will play more like 175 for the half a club downhill. There's much more green on that right. Left side.
That shot right there from that lie in the rough to knock it that close, that's good.
And that's in for a par. Moving on to the third hole now. It's a par 4, 452 yards.
Big sweeping dogleg left, and the fairway actually goes in the opposite direction of the dogleg. Must hit a good tee shot for two reasons. One, to find the fairway, and also the length of this hole, over 450 yards.
Frank, so many different lies in golf. This is one you don't see too much. The golf ball is on the mulch.
Yeah, and it never really sits up, so this is one of those ones you've got to be much more conservative than you'd like to be. Play for the fat of the green.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here. Safely on deck.
Okay, good shot on the dance floor.
This would be a bonus from 25 feet away. Might be. Could be. Wow, what a putt. That is huge. Frank, this is a muscular par 4 here at just under 490 yards, the 4th at Quail Hollow. A difficult proposition.
It is, but fortunately that tee shot plays a little downhill. But one of the difficulties with the tee shot is the fairway kicks from right to left. So it needs a good one to keep it on the fairway. And another green that has 3 different levels.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Not enough on that one.
Yeah, just seemed to baby it.
He'll need to be strong with this.
So he didn't hit the green in regulation, but he still has a reasonably good chance to save his par, about 10 feet away.
I thought that was in.
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, line, pace. It's hard to be critical of that.
Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Bad news is, Frank, that's a bogey, but the good news, still has the lead.
Can't afford another, though.
Frank, in today's modern game where players are hitting it so far, I always feel like one of the more exciting holes is a reachable par 5, and here we are at the 5th, 570 yards.
Yeah, this is reachable providing you hit a good drive. Otherwise, it becomes very awkward on the layup. You're sort of often threading the ball out of trees and just trying to find some sort of third shot. So to your point, big advantage with a good tee shot here. This is not heading in the right direction.
Looks like it's going to be in the rough. Well, he'll have to get up and down from the bunker to save his par. All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in.
On the green, a chance for birdie. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. It's putt for birdie. And that's a birdie. Now set to tee off at the 6th. It is a long par 3, 250 yards.
We could take a little bit off for the downhill, but whichever way you look at it, it's still going to be a beefy par 3. Protected on the left by that front bunker, and if you sort of scoot one long, there's another bunker over there as well.
Look out left.
And there's rough over there.
Getting some sand in the shoes now. For a second straight hole, he's in the bunker.
Another good swing. Another good approach shot.
And he's set now over the putt.
And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Well, Frank, an eagle is in play here at the par 5 7th.
And a 6, and a 7, and an 8, or a 9, actually. This is a potential scorecard record, the 7th hole. Many a tee shot has found that creek on the right, trees, problems on the left. There's no...
Just need to settle down, relax on this next shot after going out of bounds.
The amount of times somebody splits the fairway after hitting one out of bounds is astronomical.
This will be the third shot after being penalized for going out of bounds.
Well, the stats say that is a green hit in regulation, but it's not yet a par on the card. Very tough putt coming up. That is a painful bogey at the 7th hole.
So a tester from 4 feet.
That's a bogey, but still in the lead.
We start to see shots in hand really valuable.
Frank, in modern professional golf, we're seeing more and more drivable par 4s, like the 8 here at Quail Hollow, 350 yards. What do you think of this hole?
It's not a bad hole. Drivable, some might say, but the angle of the green means it's hard for that tee shot to keep on the green. But I think the reward for hitting a driver is try and sort of aim at that tree just left of the green. And the reason why is then you've got to pitch up the direction of the green. This is a really narrow green.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Shouldn't be a problem here.
That is a solid par putt.
Well, Frank, what do you think of the 9th hole here at Quail Hollow?
Oh, I think it's a beauty, Rich. One of those long, nice drawing tee shots. 500 yards is a par 4. You have to hit a good drive down there. The fairway doesn't camber that much. The hole does dogleg to the left. Big advantage for a big tee shot here.
Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. Frank, you always talk about it. Don't compound the mistakes. Well, here we are, another shot from the rough.
And this one, no easier than the one he's just hit. That was a little over-ambitious.
Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. The problem is turning one mistake into another.
Wow, Frank, he did well just to get it on the green from that line.
I didn't think that was doable. Even par, currently. Oh, now that is going to hurt.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Good putt. On the tee now at the 10th at Quail Hollow, par 5.
Just under 600 yards, so once again the 300-yard plus tee shot gets a big advantage here, as it should on a reachable par 5. A nice little draw off that tee, keeping it right of the bunkers should be ideal. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Frank, this looks like a tempting opportunity here at the par 5 10th.
There's a little ridge in the middle of the green on that left side, and it'll kick the ball to the right. So you're either going to be short of it or past it.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot.
Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Right off the edge. Wow.
That hurts.
Nudge this one home. Finish it up. Good roll. Now to the par 4 11. Frank, what do you think of this hole?
It's an interesting hole, Rich, and I'm curious to see how aggressive players will play here today. The easy way, obviously, is just hit it down the right side and set up a nice second shot with a short iron. Or the most fun way is to take the big stick out and try and bite off as much of that corner as you choose, but be prepared to pay the price should it not come off.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot,
Leaves that one about 20 feet out from the cup. Nicely played shot. Close. Couldn't ask for much more on that putt. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Par here's fine, isn't it, Frank?
Par 4 12 here at Quail Hollow, 456 yards. Frank, break it down for us.
Well, there's no fairway bunkers either side, so you feel like there's nothing to work the ball off, and consequently, it's very easy to sneak it in the rough on the left or the right. And then that makes that second shot so much more difficult going up the hill. This is one hole that you have to pick a line on. You really have to know how to line up the tee. There's a nice big tree down there in the distance. That's the one you want to work it off.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
And he's made the green. And he's getting ready for the putt. Hard-fought par right there.
Here we are at the par 3 13th hole. It's 210 yards. What does it take here, Frank?
It's one, actually, where you'd rather be conservative than aggressive here. And the reason why is this green tends to roll off at the back and the front and the middle there. So it's just something that pitches more in the central part of the green is really what's required.
Birdie here yesterday, and to do it again today.
You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Sitting right now at 2 over par for the round.
Frank, amazing how this hole has gotten away.
Yeah, he's not Robinson Crusoe. Happened to everybody that's played this game.
Well, you can't afford to give away strokes coming down the stretch. Wow, Frank, this is a really good little par 4, isn't it, the 14th?
It is, and this is where one of those strong three-woods comes in. The last 50 or 60 yards, the ball kicks down and towards the left, and it sounds like an aggressive play, but like a hard three-wood trying to run it down is actually not a bad
Is it drivable?
play. It is drivable, but it's whether it's worth the risk.
Looking to splash this softly onto the green.
It's a pretty good shot. That ball settles in about 13 feet away.
You'd like to think unlucky for some, but birdie putt coming up.
Bogey here yesterday. Chance to better that today.
Good birdie right there, Frank.
Time to get another cup of coffee. Things are heating up.
Now as we arrive at the par 5 15th hole here at Quail Hollow, 577 yards, Frank, I think a player has to be thinking about doing what Rory McIlroy did in 2010.
It's the last of the holes that you can really be aggressive on, Rich. So a good drive down here. I'm well aware of the fact that there's water on the left. This is a good chance to make something happen before you play the green mile.
And that's what McIlroy did. Hit a tracer, then a 5-iron, knocked it in for eagle, shot 62, and won for the first time on the PGA Tour.
Made par yesterday. This one for birdie.
putting on a show. This tournament moves to 15 under par. This is the start of what some say is the toughest finishing stretch on the PGA Tour. It's known as the Green Mile. Frank, what makes it so challenging?
Well, this hole in particular, Rich, the dogleg right, means it plays every inch of it's just over 500 yards. That bunker you can see down the right, 325 yards to carry that. If you can fly the ball that far, at least you can chew off 2/3 of this hole, and that is well required here. Otherwise, it's a long, long second shot.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
You like this one, Frank?
It's a good one. Safely on.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt.
Good effort and good par putt. Frank, the 17th here at Quail Hollow. It is all you want.
And a bit more, actually. The only advantage the player has is it plays a little bit downhill. But when you look at the lake in front of you, if there's any swirling breeze out there, it just becomes a nightmare trying to choose the right putt.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Frank, you can feel the momentum shifting.
You can. It might look tight at the top at the moment, but you definitely get the impression we're going to see a change in the lead very soon.
Beautiful birdie right there.
I tell you, there's long and long, and that with a little bit of breeze behind, it's long.
He rode the wind there to payday. He's going to have a good look coming up. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Just a case of a hole shooting the player's eye. Made the birdie yesterday, and there's a good chance to make another one today. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Frank, that front page of the leaderboard has been looking good all week.
You're exactly right, Rich. I think our winner is certainly going to come from that list right now. I'm excited for tomorrow's final round.